Oh, 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 oh. Dun, 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 dun. I have a better understanding of peace sign because I did a video to the song.
We're not gonna talk about that video though.
Yep, because we're talking about My Hero Academia, aka Boku no Hero Academia, aka maybe the real friends with the academias we met along the way.
No memes. This is part 2 of talk about the finale.
You're very mean to me. Just a quick reminder, I'm Annie, that's Minty. There's a lot of spoilers.
A lot of spoilers.
Because we just finished talking about the weird racism fight.
Spinner versus Shoji versus and Koda.
And Koda. Shoji needs Koda. That's his support boyfriend.
They don't talk about them enough.
No, they do not. I thought it was funny that he had the Hitchcock bird attack. In my head, Koda watches any movie with animals, even though he missed the spirit. It's like, no, Koda, the birds aren't good in this movie.
I swear, I saw an eagle. I'm like, where did the eagle come from? The zoo?
America. I did not care for Stars and Stripes. I think she was a cool character. I thought the fight was disappointing.
It's disappointing because she lost. Like, you give an OP power and then she loses to an asshole of a character.
Okay, well, now this is the part I dread. Not because I don't know what to say, it's because we have too many things to say. It's time for us to become the assholes. What did you think of the Ochako versus Toga? The thing they've been hinting at since the training arc camp.
No, since...
Before that?
I think she was in the sports festival? Wait.
No. I think you're thinking about the time where like they were doing that test with the intern test, I think.
It's the one where she turned to Cammy.
Yeah, that's after.
Is that the provisional?
Yes.
Okay, because when I think of provisional test, I think of the one that Bakugo and Todoroki had to do. Is that separate?
That's separate.
What do you call that one?
I don't know, them chilling together because Baku Toto is an underrated ship.
Do people actually ship that?
No, I'm saying they should.
Anyway, what do I think of this lesbian fight?
I cannot tell you. The Ochako fandom just like changed 180 after this fight. It turned into all lesbians. Because I get it, everyone, okay? As a neurodivergent queer person, I get what Togo was supposed to be. If Spinner represented racism, Togo was the autistic queer kids in the crowd.
Wow. Okay, so I mean, it's this whole thing where Ochako also sees the little kid in Toga and wants to save the little kid and wants to be her friend because all Toga really needed was a friend. Because I think a friend could have helped guide her on what the right thing to do is. Because all everybody ever done was shun her or be a bird. But no one ever told her, maybe you could use your powers this way.
You think she ever looked at Tokoyami and licked her lips?
No, she had to love Tokoyami. She don't love Tokoyami. She's only licked her lips for Ochako and Izuku.
So, Toga's, you know, sucks when she was little. Her only powers was that she could look like them. She slept her classmate knee. I look like him now.
Why did only the knee look like them?
Oh, gross.
Well, I mean,
Well, she would only look like the knee then.
we also wondered what would happen after she drank the bird's blood.
Yes, we did.
Did she look like a bird? I doubt it.
She should have looked like a baby hawk.
She should have started chirping like a bird.
Yeah. When her parents hit her, being like, why can't you be normal? She should have went, tweet, tweet. Hey, by the way, you know, because I know people are going to jump to conclusions. Child abuse bad, y'all.
Child abuse is always bad. And if My Academia has taught us anything, child abuse is bad.
It's at least bad adults.
This is how serial killers are made, with bad childhoods.
So, in the last war arc, the hospital arc, I don't give a shit what we properly call it.
Jaku.
Ochako sees Toga, and Toga's like, hey, what you want to do to me? He's like, I want to arrest you because you killed people. Oh, okay. You won't let me live the way I want to live, so I hate you. And Ochako's like, whoa, wait, I said something so simple as in, don't kill people. And she didn't understand that. I can't believe it. These simple things I took for granted, not everyone understood that. I want to see Toga smile. It's like, hey, Ochako, come here, sweetie. I love you. I understand that all these fights can't be the same, or otherwise it'll be boring. And that's why your fight needs to be more of an emotional fight than a physical fight. But what the fuck are you talking about?
Okay, My Academia wants every villain to be redeemable. And it's just like, Toga wants to hurt people. And she likes watching the blood and life drained from their eyes. That's not redeemable, but I think you're supposed to read into it the whole, like I said, the whole she needed guidance. But that wasn't really, like, you really gotta read into it.
You have to make I know you're gonna say, you don't have media literacy if you don't want to read into it. No, I read into it. I did the math. Here's what the math doesn't get. Toga never picked the villain name because she wants to live her life as Himiko Toga. And to live her life as Himiko Toga, she has to slurp that blood. If you put her on a path of redemption and tell her, no, that's wrong, that is not Toga living her life as Himiko Toga. And this is where all the lesbians in the crowd will go, but that's not what she actually wants. She doesn't want to kill people. It looks like she wants to kill people.
Yeah, I thought she wants, that's why she likes taking so much blood.
That's why she was so sad when Ochako is like, you can't kill people. And she's like, oh, you're just like them. You don't get it.
Yeah, so this whole thing is just like, I don't need it. I don't want it. It's an arc that doesn't say much. And to me, it's weird that if you're gonna go through all this process of saving a character, why do you let them die? Because I think the point of saving a character is the redemption. It's how to move forward. But if you let them die, it's like, well, you lived long enough to be a villain, and that's it.
It was weird because like, oh, I can't do the things you want to do, Ochako. You want me to be good. You want me to like change my ways, but I have to do this. I can't be captured and put into prison. And that's why I died as Himiko Toga, the cutest girl in the world.
She is pretty cute though.
She's pretty cute.
In a fucked up way.
But it's kind of like, she says at the very end, I cannot be redeemed because the only way I can be redeemed is to fit in with your society. And I cannot do that. I couldn't do that from day one. I'd rather die as myself.
So does that mean you think she could never have been saved then?
I think that's what Choco said though, if I met you as a child.
Things would have been different.
Yes, because maybe you would never have wanted, like, maybe the way to live as Himiko Toga wouldn't be killing people. But then you would argue kind of, then she wouldn't be Himiko Toga then. She would still be the version of Himiko Toga that society can accept. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yes, yeah.
Because I honestly don't know what the perfect ending of Himiko Toga is, because I agree her dying seems like a waste, but at the same time, you cannot change her if she wants to live as herself.
Yes. Yeah, I am wondering, yeah, what is...
Her story was just flawed from the beginning, and it sucks because I understand she is supposed to be a queer kid. That's her weird metaphor, her allegory.
Right, but the whole thing with weird kids is that if they're not hurting anyone, then just let them be. Let them live the truth. It's only if it's hurting somebody would you say knock it off. That's what you call a criminal.
Yeah, right?
So it's like...
So it's kind of like a Zootopia thing where the analogy doesn't quite work. Like, you understand why the analogy's there, and it almost worked when you fumble the dismount.
Yeah, like, what's hard is that if it was just her wanting to drink people's blood, that might have been okay. But then you get to the point where she's wielding a knife, skipping school, cutting people randomly, and she joins the League of Villains, and she loves Stain.
And her thing was, hey, twice died. Do you guys think people like us should just die? And like, Ochako's like, oh, I don't know about that, but maybe don't use my quirk to kill people. I was like, oh, so you're one of those people, Ochako.
Okay, on the other hand, what do you feel about Ochako trying to save Toga?
It came out of left field. This girl told you she used your quirk that you use to make people happy, and she killed people. And I didn't care for the Ochako being like, I always look at the crowd to see who's smiling. No, you don't. That never came up.
That was random. Like, what? You're the poor girl who wants to save money because you want to lessen the load for your parents. Like gravity.
Like gravity.
Like anti-gravity.
But then, like, all of a sudden, they kept repeating that and repeating that. Like, I look into the crowd, like, shut up, Ochako. This is a weird ham-fisted thing you had at the end.
That's why Todoroki, It's Your Power, is great because it keeps coming back and really, like, leading what he does. But when you force it in through a flashback, like how I was talking about with, what was it? I think Spinner, being friends with Shigaraki, it just feels cheap. And, like, you wrote this in last minute to fit a narrative, but a narrative works better if it's been built up.
What sucks is that I really did like do you like my smile? Do you think my smile is cute? Like, I think you're the cutest girl in the world. I like that scene. I don't know what the fuck it meant.
Yeah, but if I don't know what the scene means, I don't like the scene.
Drawn well.
It's drawn well, sure. Yeah, I get it. They're very cute. But it's just like, I told Annie this off camera. The thing with My Academia is they don't draw femme fatale. So there's no, like, the females don't ever really get a strong moment. So the scene is cute, but it's not like, it wasn't like Dobby or when we're gonna talk about Bakugo kind of hit hard.
Then the fight fight sucked because it was just them floating. Ochako got stabbed once, and it's just them floating and talking.
Yeah, you think they would have talked about the whole parade thing more? It didn't really feel like it did much.
Well, that parade did a lot. The sad man parade.
You think so?
I think it kind of it was I don't know how. I think it did a lot, but at the same time, it had no plot importance. If that made sense.
Yeah, exactly.
Almost killed Hawks though. Almost.
A lot of things almost killed Hawks. All for one almost killed Hawks.
I kind of like the fact that she couldn't. Okay, well, actually, no, I didn't like the fact. I didn't get it. Where she's like, I can't fully become twice, and I don't understand why. It's like, it looks like he fully became twice.
Oh, yeah,
and
and,
like powers.
She couldn't do Dobby and she couldn't do Mr. Compress. And I was like, well, why not? Because you know how strong you would be?
Cryptic. And Suyu was useless.
Leave Suyu alone.
Alright, how would you rank this 1 to 10? If Spinner is 2 and Dobby is 9.
I get like a 4. Like, things happen, and you're kind of waiting for this fight, not knowing what was the point of it.
I don't get why Ochako at the end was like, oh my god, they didn't film the end of our fight. The battery died. Hey, Ochako, sweet, you look at me. Why does it matter?
You know, I actually like that.
Oh, because they couldn't film Toga saving Ochako's life.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't.
Almost like her sacrifice will never be recognized.
What do they do with that body?
Well, I don't know. They probably just buried everybody.
They looked at Toga and was like, oh my god, is that another Ochako?
Oh, like neck down, it's Ochako. Head up, it's like this weird girl.
Like half her face is Ochako. What is happening?
Like, I don't know if they find her body and anybody would recognize her.
Off screen, because Suyu was there when the helicopter took Ochako, so she must have been there with Himiko Toga and was like, hey, I know, like, she wasn't getting your attention before, but she's trying now. Isn't that good enough? Like, what are you talking about, Suyu? Weird.
I don't remember that.
Oh, she's like screaming this like in the voice.
Oh, okay.
Like, she's trying now. Just appreciate the fact she's trying now.
Let's see, it's a little too late.
Yeah, I mean, like, she's only really trying because she's desperate now here.
Let's be honest, once you're in this final arc battle, I don't know what you're doing trying to redeem people.
I feel like Ochako was only like, there's a little girl in her and I have to save her. Just so they could like do the parallel of her and Deku thinking alike.
Oh. Baby Ochako's super cute though.
Baby Ochako's cute. Did you like the Deku Ochako talk at the end?
Oh, yeah, I did.
Like Ochako, like, I'm so sad that, you know, she died for me.
Yes, I think so. I thought it was a cute moment. I thought, like, it helped to round out what happened at the end of that fight. Because, like, for Ochako not to reflect on it would have been weird without it. Like, did she appreciate what Toga did in the end? And she did, obviously.
I thought it really did tie together how Ochako always repressed her feelings.
Yeah.
I don't think 1A should have all came at the end.
That was weird.
I think you could have just finished it with Green Tea just crying on the cliff.
I don't know. It feels like you're trying to do like this One Piece thing of like no couples, only friends.
Yeah.
But it's like, okay, but like One Piece doesn't really have many one-on-one moments.
My problem is
There's too many of them.
You can't do the One Piece thing because One Piece, they're all friends, right?
Yeah.
And like, if there's any ship moment, that's them being friends.
Yeah.
You cannot really excuse Denki and Jiro's like relationships anything other than heterosexual. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you just have moments where this is clearly supposed to be a ship. Or at the very least, you niche these two people together, and I don't really see them interacting with other people, so that must mean you're hinting something.
Kirishima and Mina?
Yes.
They're always together.
I'm not saying they never talk to other people, like, you know, Kirishima talks to Bakugo and Mina talks to Toru and Ayama. I'm just saying there's strong hints that you want me to ship these two together.
Yeah, they click.
Yeah.
Is that why they're called clicks? CLIQUE?
Oh,
Because
maybe.
they click together? But they wanted to spell it fancy?
I cannot believe talking about Toga took about 20 minutes.
Well, probably edit down to 15.
Okay. Well, moving on then, because I know it's very controversial, but I really do think the fandom was just filled with queers, so they latched on to Toga and wanted her to have a softer ending. But like, she couldn't really have an ending satisfying for everyone.
She had to live her life from beginning to end. Which is fine for a villain.
Moving on, we are going to talk about 4 major fights, and it's all basically versus one dude, all for one. Because technically Shigaraki's all for one.
Well, I guess so.
Technically.
Technically.
All for one versus Endeavor, Hawks, and technically Tokoyami and Jiro.
It's okay. We kind of already had this at Jaku Hospital.
Did you like the Endeavor moment where he had to strangle his past self to overcome his weakness? Because he had to abuse every single Todoroki.
I didn't think about it like that. No, I don't. Like, this is not the time to be reflecting on your past unless you're Dobby talking to Endeavor.
I did think Endeavor did have some cool moments, though.
Sure.
And although he's the #1 hero, and all he did was technically make All For One stronger.
You get to this thing where it's like the strongest sorcerer of this time versus the strongest curse of all of history fighting together.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, wait, I don't know if people know that if they don't read JJK manga. Never mind.
I could have gone my whole life without Jiro having an epic moment. Because if you ask me if all the females in class 1A, who do I want to see have an epic moment? I would say Ochako. I would say Momo. I wouldn't say the girl who had a whole arc dedicated to her craft needed more time to shine.
It's weird because they always make it seem like the support character.
It should have been Mina.
It should have been Mina.
Like, it would have made complete sense, I don't know. But it should have been Mina, a character that actually needed some goddamn development. Like, I love my girl Toru Hagakure. I'll admit, useless.
Useless.
Suyu, love you, babe. You could never do anything cool.
And without Ochako.
Without Ochako, yes.
Mina would have been a great choice because they talked so much about Acid Man.
And Momo really needed a role other than the supply ship.
Well, I liked her role as a supply ship.
Alright. And honestly, when the giant dude came and then Mount Lady was there and they were all kind of just wailing on All For One, was that a cool moment for you?
No, why? It didn't make sense to me that Machia would change side because he felt like he got abandoned. And I'm like, your new master is Shigaraki. He didn't really abandon you. He gave you to someone else. And if you feel abandoned, then why would you listen to Shigaraki? Like, are you mad? What are you mad about?
He's just a very weak character. I felt it was a very poor way to write him out when you didn't need to have an ending for him. Just leave him out forever.
Yeah, what happens to him at the end? Does he get to live a normal life?
I think we eat him. I think he was an animal turned into that by Quirk.
Mount Lady gets to eat him because she's the only one big enough to do so.
Do you think the airy power-up for All For One was cool or good written?
The airy powerful.
Because they used Airy's reverse to why he became younger and more powerful.
Oh.
I think for the future scenes, with like versus All Might and Bakugo, it makes for some cool moments. But at the moment, it was bullshit.
It's a little like you think like Benjamin Button. What?
All For One is a terrible villain.
Bad villain.
And so every time we have to fight All For One, I'm like, alright, just get this over with. He doesn't have like, I understand he has every single power, but if you just say 10 powers combined and he just blows the city block, it's like, I don't give a shit. You know what I mean?
Yes. I would rather see one cool quirk used very well.
That's basically Luffy from One Piece.
Basically. But instead you get like all this fanfare and bullshit.
So not my favorite of the 4 fights we're about to talk about, but it's pretty solid. I would give it a 7 out of 10.
Oh god. 5? It's not you asked me if this happened, I don't know if I would have said I remembered. Like later down the line.
Oh, but Endeavor, like, oh man, this is why I hate fighting scarred heroes, because they're always the scariest. Moving on to Shigaraki in his floating tomb versus the big 3, Best Genius, Mirio. Sorry, I always get Miyoko and Mirio combined. That's in the epilogue when they're like, Mirio's the #1. I'm like, the bunny girl?
Yeah, the bunny girl.
And Kachan with Copycat Boy on the side watching.
I like this. I thought it was very cool. I thought they really did try to get rid of the decay quirk, and they really thought through like how they were gonna win this.
It really emphasized how Mirio could be useful in a fight.
Yeah. Yeah.
You gotta like this fight because this is the fight Bakugo dies in.
It's so good. And then Sun Eater shooting out that laser with the Nejire wave. It's a very good, well drawn. And then they had all these side characters helping in support. And for me personally, I always love Mei. I love her. She's so awesome. I love her character design. She's got pink hair.
I thought this fight was very good. It kind of just made me sad that the big 3 didn't do much. Like the giant laser, like, you think that laser could do anything against me? Like, oh.
Well, I mean, we saw that when Stars and Stripes tried to shoot a laser at him. To be fair though, this was never where the fight was going to end. Even if Deku was there, because it's like, you need a Deku to fight Decay Quirk. If he's not fighting the Decay Quirk, he's not fighting Shigaraki.
Oh, the moment though when Deku came and everyone's down for the count and he's about to lose it, but Mirio's gotta be like, hey, it's okay. I thought like, that's cute.
It's cute. It's very cute. Because he's like the big brother for Deku.
I like the little detail. They didn't have to have this, but I like the detail that when the tomb was falling down, Mirio's the one that protected Nijire and Sun Eater.
Aww. Aw, with that big round bubble butt.
Did you think we needed the moment where Gentle, the Brava, and Lady Nagante helped him?
I liked it. I thought it was cute, you know, because you're having this theme of redeemable heroes and villains. Like, why not bring them? It didn't hurt it.
Yeah.
I didn't think it was like not necessarily unnecessary. It's just a cute moment of like Deku has an impact on people's lives and they want to reform. Oh no, you just let them die. Sorry, I'm still on the gonna save someone writing wise, then redeem them. Don't just let them die and get easy way out. So I thought, yeah, it's a very good moment. And you know what? Saying this now, I think it was necessary to continue showing concrete evidence of how Deku impacts people's lives. Because there's no point to being the symbol of peace, right? Because All Might said it's not just about saving people. It's about like instilling fear in villains and hope into people that there's somebody there to brighten the world.
Oh, those are like the I would say the prologue to the main fight. 'Cause at this point, All For One's like, oh shit, I'm Benjamin Buttoning this. I gotta get to Shigaraki. And that's when he tries to converse with Shigaraki, and that's when we get to like the part 2 of the All For One fight where the police guy's like, is there anyone who can stop his process, his progress? And All Might says, I am here.
I thought you could almost have All For One and All Might just have it down. Like, I know the Bakugo coming in later and fighting All For One is very cool and has very good moments, but I feel like thematically it makes no sense. Like, it's always been All Might versus All For One, and then Deku versus Shigaraki. Then you put Bakugo in the midst, and it's like, well, this isn't the pairing that's supposed to be, but okay.
I'm about to say something that's gonna piss Minty the fuck off.
How dare you?
You can only defeat All For One if you have One For All. That's why All Might couldn't defeat All For One. It had to be Bakugo who had One For All.
Okay, so if you don't know what the fuck Annie's talking about, there's a question of if the second movie, because the first movie is canon to the story.
Yes, Melissa comes in many times to be like, da-di-da-di-da.
Is the second movie also canon when Bakugo had One For All temporarily? Because that's the only way to explain why Deku and Bakugo gets that psychokinetic moment when they both realize that All Might's about to die and Bakugo knows how and where to throw Bakugo to save All Might. So are they all connected by One For All? Which we agree is a terrible ending for My Academia and the second movie to give One For All to Bakugo?
Yes or no? Did Kachan see a visages? Whatever you say that word.
I don't know. Did he?
He saw one when he was dying and he asked for an autograph. He saw All Might.
Oh my, no. He does not have the stupid mind thing of seeing the previous users. Go fuck yourself.
But that's why All Might couldn't defeat.
No, go fuck yourself. I mean, okay, if you say it like that, it makes a little bit more sense. But that's
the
only
second movie has to be canon because we see those shitty kids a lot.
That's only if you agree that Bakugo actually had One For All at one moment in his life, which would make no sense for him.
He had Deku inside him. I don't know what you don't understand, Minty. He had to have One For All in him.
First of all, you're making a gay joke. It would not be Deku inside of Bakugo. What the fuck are you talking about? And secondly, what happened in the movie? Did Bakugo eat his hair?
I don't mean the second movie is so bad. I didn't want to watch the third movie.
You know, it's weird because it's only bad because of that ending.
Yes.
Because otherwise, it's a very cute, like, Ghibli movie where all the kids are helping villagers of the island. Very cute. The beginning part. But so, I mean, if I have to reluctantly agree that Bakugo's bullshit that you have to watch the movies, because otherwise they don't explain why he knew and why they. So it's like, what is he using 9.5?
Yep. He can't be 10 because 10 is reserved for Tenko.
Shut the fuck up.
That's why his name is Izuku Q Deku.
No, what the? Shut up. There's Nana though.
There's Nana.
Yagi Toshinori. Ya's kind of an 8 thing. Yoichi. Ichi is 1.
Midoriya. That's green. And green is technically what I associate with the number 9.
Why?
Because the G, the lowercase g, is written kind of like a 9.
Shut the fuck up. I don't remember uses 2 to 6's name. Not the full names anyways. Anyways, what was I talking about?
I'm gonna put a pin in this, and in the next episode we'll talk more in depth about All For One versus All Might and Kachan.
Fuck.